Welcome to Advanced Solutions. Today's session will cover how to add a reservation via the staff side of the room reservation system. To begin, I'm going to sign in to the room reservation system using my assigned password. Once I key in the password, I'm going to either hit the Enter key on my keyboard or select Login with my mouse. Once I'm into the room reservation system, I come to the maintenance page. From the maintenance page, we'll come over to Reservation Maintenance and select In-House Reservations. When we're in the in-house reservations, you will see that it automatically defaults to today's date and the first room in our list. To change this criteria, we would simply just come up to the calendar, select the desired date for our reservation. Next, we'll select our desired room. Now, depending on your setup, your screen may appear a little different than mine. I currently have my setup for multi-branch. So you will see that I have Main Library, Anderson, College Hill, and Norwood. If I open up any one of these other branches, I will be able to see their rooms and I can locate their schedules as well. Under the main branch, the one that is currently highlighted, Community Room A and B, is an example of a combination room. What this means is that we can combine Room A and Room B to make one large room. Or I can reserve just Room A or just Room B. So that's why you see these three rooms up here at the top the way that they're displayed. If I hover over any one of my current rooms, you will see that I have quite a bit of detail that gives me an idea of how and what I should be reserving for my patron. For instance, when I hover over the children's activity room, you will see that it's indicating that the maximum group size for this room is 20. The standard fixtures is network jack and a refrigerator. And then under the other information, we have a graphic of how the room is currently set up. If I hover over any of the other ones, you will see that the information changes that best suits that room. To make a reservation, again, we're going to come up here and select our date criteria, and then we're going to select our room. Once we do so, the information in the center reflects our criteria, and it will display what's currently open and what's currently not available. The color changes for your library also may be different than what I currently have in mine. Your administrator has full access of making those modifications. By coming over here and selecting a time, let's say I wanted to reserve this room from 1 to 2 p.m. I'll select those two boxes and select Continue. Once I select Continue, I now have a room reservation application. I could have access to the meeting room policy. I will have detail about the Community Room A, which is the one that I had selected, the date that I had selected, and then I can also include my library card. Next, I have my meeting times that I had selected from the calendar. And as you can see, we have a reservation start time, a meeting start time, meeting end time, and reservation end time. There are some instances where you could program the system to include an extra half hour or an extra 15 minutes for the setup of the room, as well as cleanup of the room. That's why we have 2 additional times. Next, I would populate the estimated attendance for this room. I'm going to go ahead and put 10. The name of the organization and the contact person. I'm going to move down and complete the rest of the information. Once I'm done with the demographics about the actual patron, now I can populate the custom questions. As you can see, my questions, they're not the greatest, but the first one here is just custom question, yes or no. But then I also have, I agree this meeting will not generate revenue. So I can select yes or no. Then I have the select a cost classification, nonprofits, clubs, not-for-profit, or HOA. And then the question is the organization nonprofit? and then I could select the organization's category type. Your questions may differ depending on how your administrator has populated this section. Next we have what we'll need in this room, and the options that I have are a large LCD projector, a handheld or a lapel microphone, or video projection system. I'm going to go ahead and select the large LCD projector and the video projection system. Once I'm done, I will select Verify Request and proceed to the Request Summary screen. From the Request Summary screen, you will see all the information that I had populated on the previous screen, but now I can scroll to the bottom and see what the total amount due is currently for this reservation. As you can see, there was a charge for reserving that video projection system, but there wasn't a total due for the room itself. If there was, we would have a grand total and we would be able to receive that payment. Now we can go ahead and select Payment Received and put in the check number. If there was no payment received, we could go ahead, select No, and Submit Request. The full reservation would not be completed until that payment has been made. For now, we'll go ahead and make payment and submit request. When I submit the request, it is giving me confirmation that the room is booked with the confirmation number. I can print this information and give it to the patron, or I can just go ahead and go back to the maintenance page. If we populated the email address properly, the patron will also get confirmation within his email box.